Hi, this is Evelyn Arnada, bring you live online in Asynchronous Learning, my experience. Philippine Normal University's flexible learning delivery is guided by the handbook Kaway Aralan sa Bagong Kadauyan, a handbook to support PNU's shift to flexible learning delivery, a response to the current challenges of the pandemic. Yes, not all teachers are prepared for the hasty transition to online teaching. Neither are the students ready. There appears to be no going back to the pre-COVID setting. But no matter how difficult it may seem, if we work as a team, we can do it. The pandemic can never stop us to provide the best education for our students the best we can. What does asynchronous learning and student engagement look like in my class? Today, I would like to invite everyone to join with me in my asynchronous teaching with my second-year students in our course, Foundation of Special and Inclusive Education. PNU Blended Learning capitalizes on the need to build communities of practice where students can learn with their peers through study and facilitation. How do I engage my students in an asynchronous learning environment? I provide my students the materials they need that can be accessed at any time in our Google Classroom, FB, or Messenger. And these are my syllabus, migration template, the course calendar of activities indicating when to attend the 30-minute twice a week synchronous, 3 hours per week for their asynchronous, what to do, what to read, what to submit, when to submit, as well as schedules when they expect my feedback, and schedules for dropping and picking of materials by our school courier team. How I engage students in my asynchronous learning environment? I arrange my files and materials according to themes, like my supplementary materials in required reading packet, my reflection journal for students' reflection writing, my activity for students' test, practice exercises and questions. Let's view for movies and videos. Let's read, let's study, let's apply what you have learned, and many more. Why I started my files and material icons with words like my, let's, because I want my students to have the sense of involvement in all these endeavors. Teachers, if you want to make asynchronous learning work, organize all our materials and give engaging activities using the different tools in teaching. Let us take a look how I manage asynchronous learning with my second-year students class, Foundation of Special and Inclusive Education. With the topic, Definition of Concepts and Terminologies in Special and Inclusive Education. The lesson objectives dictate the activities, and these are: for the review, students are asked to do the activity. Always set the deadline for submission of outputs. Indicate where to submit. Look at my students.
I believe that one of the main objectives of inclusive education is inclusivity itself, but above all, quality education.
Joining research programs that addresses and promotes special education and inclusive education in our education curriculum.
Organizing awareness campaign in the school or in the community is my way of helping those people with special conditions.
One of the tools that can enhance and motivate students to learn is the use of videos. Give students something to watch, and while enjoying the activity, they also learn. Oh, students appreciate if you ask them to take picture or videos while watching. And just for one click, you can check if they are really doing their job. The lesson incorporates the 4 A's of adult learning. For the first activity, students are asked to portray a person with disability. Remember, students need our feedback to let them know you acknowledge their work. A simple remarks like, "Thank you for submitting," "Nice work," "Good job," or returning back their output with comments can surely encourage students' engagement. To process concept to be learned, follow-up questions should be given. Again, set the deadline and indicate where to submit their outputs. And now, the abstraction phase. This is the introduction, discussion of concepts, theories to be learned. This is remote learning, where students are left alone to study their lessons. To see how my students will apply what they have learned, they are asked to make a jingle.
Special education is for students with special needs and care, enabling students to grow and be successful. Through SPED, we'll learn as one. Learn as one. Let's enjoy learning while having fun.
My dear teachers, even if our students are separated by geographical location, in your asynchronous activity, you can perfectly employ collaborative learning. Now, these are the key takeaways. How do I engage my students in an asynchronous learning environment? Teach only the essentials. You cannot fully migrate face-to-face lessons in remote learning. As the teacher, know what is important to teach from what nice to teach, and focus on what is important to teach. Prepare your materials. Use different tools to facilitate learning. Employ interactive and collaborative engaging activities. Use appropriate assessment and evaluation. Give feedback to students' output. What I have shown you is a proof that education is fluid. It continues despite the pandemic. A teacher has to be innovative, creative, and resourceful. Tara na! Sa pagtuon magpadayon ta!